The galaxy remembered the Elders' warning, but only as an old legend, something told to young cadets who never listened. The Elders had lived through wars no one else could imagine. They had seen species rise and fall. And among all the civilizations they studied, only one name carried true fear: humanity. The Elders always said the same line: never provoke the humans. They do not fight wars, they end them. But the new generation of rulers believed the Elders were exaggerating. To them, humans were small in number, isolated on the edge of the galaxy, and technologically behind. Many commanders mocked the warning. Others dismissed it as ancient fear. Only one person still believed it: Elder Seraph, the last living witness of the human conflict centuries ago. He had seen a single human strike group destroy an empire 10 times larger than their size. He had seen a human fleet appear out of nowhere, using tactics no one understood. And he remembered their eyes, cold, focused, merciless when pushed. Seraph tried to warn the Council again, but no one listened. They wanted to expand their borders, and humanity's small territory looked like an easy victory. In the Grand Chamber, as the Council celebrated their decision to launch a small demonstration attack, Seraph stood alone at the center of the hall. "This is not expansion," he whispered. "This is suicide." But the counselors laughed. "Humans cannot harm us," their leader declared. "They will surrender in fear." Seraph turned away, closing his eyes. He knew the truth. They had just awakened a force they could not control, a force that sleeps silently until threatened. Far across the galaxy, the humans received the hostile transmission. Their scanners lit up. Their admiral stood from his chair slowly, expression turning cold. "Prepare everything," he said. They made their choice. Humanity was silent, but it was a silence before a storm. The Council expected humanity to panic. They expected fear, confusion, or desperate negotiation. But when their attack ships crossed into human territory, something unexpected happened. Nothing. No resistance. No warnings. No visible military response. The commanders grew overconfident. "See," one of them bragged, "the humans are too scared to fight." But deep inside human space, something was happening quietly. Too quietly. Human stations had gone dark, not from fear, but preparation. Civilian traffic vanished from the outer sectors. Entire cities dimmed their lights. Weapons platforms powered up in complete silence. Humanity wasn't panicking. They were organizing. Meanwhile, the invading fleet destroyed a remote human listening post, an old structure with no weapons. The Council celebrated it as their first victory, broadcasting across their empire to prove humans were weak. But Elder Seraph watched the broadcast with shaking hands. "They didn't defend it," he whispered, "because they didn't need to." The Council ignored him again. Across the galaxy, aboard the human flagship HSS Vindicator, Admiral Hale studied the invasion route. His officers waited quietly, their screens glowing with tactical overlays. "They destroyed our outpost," a young officer said. Hale didn't flinch. "They believe they've won something," he replied. "Good. Let them believe it a little longer." Human fleets remained hidden, engines cold, forming a formation older than any alien civilization. The silent net, a strategy used only when humanity planned to end a conflict quickly and decisively. Back in the council chamber, Commander prepared for their next move, unaware that humanity had already mapped every ship they deployed. Sarah stepped forward one last time. "Stop now," he begged. "The humans are not afraid. They are waiting. And when they strike, you will not even see it coming." But the chamber erupted in laughter. Above them, unseen in the darkness of space, human warships began to turn toward the invaders, one by one. The invaders pushed deeper into human territory, destroying abandoned satellites and empty stations. Every victory felt too easy, but the council commanders insisted it was proof that humans had no real power. Still, something felt wrong. There were no distress signals, no captured soldiers, no fleeing civilians. It was as if humanity had vanished. But on the human flagship HSS Vindicator, Admiral Hale watched everything through silent observation drones hidden across the region. Each alien ship was tagged, tracked, and recorded. "They think we are running," one officer said. Hale shook his head slowly. No, they think we're like them, loud, impulsive, emotional. But humanity learned long ago that the quietest blade cuts the deepest. Then, finally, the moment arrived. A single hologram flickered to life, showing an alien cruiser entering Sector 7, an empty zone, or so everyone believed. Hale stood from his seat. Signal all fleets, he ordered. Phase 1 begins now. Across the dark expanse of space, human ships awakened. Engines ignited silently. Weapons calibrated. Target locks formed. Not a single signal was broadcast. No threats, no warnings, no declarations of war. Humanity did not speak when it prepared to strike. Meanwhile, the alien fleet detected faint energy readings behind them. Their scanners tried to adjust, but something unknown jammed their systems. Lights on their bridges flickered. Crew members began to panic. "Is that a fleet?" one officer shouted. "No signature, no identification, nothing," their captain replied, eyes widening. It was then that Elder Seraph, far away in the council chamber, felt a chill crawl down his spine. He didn't need a report to know what was happening. "Humanity has arrived," he whispered. In that exact moment, every human warship decloaked, not with sound, but with a cold metallic shimmer, forming a massive formation the aliens had never seen. The silent net had closed. The alien fleet froze as thousands of human warships materialized around them, not in chaotic clusters, but in precise, terrifying formation, like blades arranged for execution. Every ship gleamed with dark armor, glowing with faint blue energy lines. Every engine burned cold and steady. Every weapon was already locked. The alien commander trembled, as they were here all along. His officers scrambled to send warnings, but the jamming field swallowed every transmission. Only one signal pierced through the chaos, an incoming message from a human flagship. It was 3 words. "Stand. Down. Now." The alien commander laughed nervously. "They're trying to bluff." But Elder Seraph, watching from the council chamber, knew better. "That is not a warning," he said softly. "That is mercy, and it will not be offered twice." In space, Admiral Hale lowered his hand. "Begin." Human weapons didn't fire like ordinary guns. They roared silently. Electromagnetic rail cannons unleashed streaks of blue light that cut through alien shields like paper. Stealth drones activated, slipping behind enemy hulls to disable engines before crews even knew they were hit. Pulse torpedoes detonated with surgical precision, not wasting a single shot. The alien fleet had millions of soldiers. Humanity used only thousands. Yet the battlefield moved entirely under human control. Alien captains tried to retreat, but their jump drives collapsed under targeted energy overloads. Engines sparked. Warning sirens echoed. Ships spun helplessly. Within minutes, the invaders lost an entire formation. On the Council homeworld, panic spread as reports finally broke through the jamming fields. Commanders stared in disbelief. This cannot be real. Seraph closed his eyes. "You provoked a silent predator," he whispered, "and now it has shown its teeth." Back in the battlefield, human ships advanced. Slow, deliberate, unstoppable. The storm had only begun. The Council had prepared for many threats: rebellions, border wars, pirate kingdoms. But nothing prepared them for humanity moving with purpose. Their command networks flickered. Their outposts went silent. Entire fleets disappeared from sensors. It wasn't destruction, not yet. It was disassembly. Humanity was tearing apart their military, piece by piece, with mathematical precision. In the battlefield, Admiral Hale watched the collapsing alien formation with calm eyes. His officers relayed updates rapidly. Third battle group neutralized. Enemy reinforcements intercepted. Their supply lines are gone. Hale nodded. Then they now understand the cost of arrogance. Meanwhile, across the alien empire, fear spread faster than news itself. Families sealed their homes. Military academies went into lockdown. Civilians whispered the old elder warnings they once mocked. For the first time in centuries, the empire felt small. At the council chamber, chaos erupted. Commanders shouted over each other. demanding explanations, strategies, anything to hold on to hope. How are the humans doing this? Our numbers are 10 times theirs. Elder Sarah stepped forward, voice trembling but clear. Humans do not fight like us. We rely on numbers. They rely on intelligence. They study us before we even see them. They strike where we are blind. And once they move... He paused, swallowing hard. Nothing survives. The chamber fell silent. Then a transmission arrived, directly from a human flagship. No encryption, no disguise. A hologram of Admiral Hale appeared before the council. His expression was calm, almost emotionless. "You invaded our home," he said. "You struck without reason. You ignored every warning. Now your fleets lie broken because you forced our hand." Several counselors shivered. Hale continued, "This ends now. Surrender your military. Withdraw from our borders. Break the weapons you raise against us." His eyes sharpened. "Or we move to Phase 2. Seraph closed his eyes. Phase 2 meant extinction. The council chamber fell silent as Admiral Hale's message ended. No threats, no rage, just a cold statement of reality. Across the Empire, leaders trembled. Their fleets were broken, their supply chains severed, their territory exposed. Humanity hadn't just defeated their military. They had unraveled the entire backbone of their civilization. And yet, humanity still offered surrender. It terrified them. Counselor Redhorn slammed his fist on the table. "We cannot surrender. We are still millions. They are only..." "Number does not matter," Sareth interrupted softly. "You still do not understand the humans." The room turned to him. Sareth looked older than ever, his voice heavy with the weight of history. "Humans do not seek conquest. They do not seek power. They seek peace. But if you take that peace from them, they will take everything from you." Before arguments could begin, an alert flashed across the chamber. Human fleets were no longer stationary. They were moving toward the heart of the Empire. Slow, silent, purposeful. A countdown began. The council panicked. "Signal them. Activate our planet shields. Recall all remaining ships." It was too late. Humanity had given them a chance once, but the council wasted it. At the edge of the Empire, the HSS Vindicator led the formation, engines glowing like a rising storm. Admiral Hale stood on the bridge, expression calm but resolute. "Prepare Phase 2, he ordered. But then, something unexpected happened. A single transmission broke through the chaos. It was Elder Sareth. "Admiral Hale," he said, voice shaking. "I beg you, not for the council, not for our armies, but for our people. We surrender." Hale paused. His officers turned to him, waiting. After a long moment, he spoke. "Very well. Humanity accepts. The war ends today." Across the galaxy, human ships powered down. Sareth collapsed into his chair, tears in his eyes. The Empire had survived, but only because humanity allowed it. The Elders' warning had been true all along. Never provoke humanity. They do not destroy out of hatred, only necessity.